How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today we have another Gundam card game deck tech for you, this time featuring a deck that I've been trying to make work ever since Set 2, the Gundam Age Archetype. Yes, it finally works. It's actually not too bad. It's really fun. It's kind of out there. We're doing a blue-green Age Earth Federation style deck. The deck functions in a really interesting way. It's very board control based. We have tons of units, tons of pilots, not a lot of bases, but the bases make more units, and it's fun. It's actually like a good fundamentals style deck. It actually rewards a player for being good at the fundamentals of the Gundam card game, evaluating board states, evaluating when to transition from attacking your opponent's base to attacking their units. I actually like it quite a bit. Is it the best deck right now? No, not even close. But is it playable? Yeah, it is, and it's actually like pretty fun and unique. So in today's video, let's go ahead and dive into our Gundam Age Federation deck. We have a deck list in the description down below, all that kind of good stuff, but yeah, let's jump into it.
Hi!
Alright, so here is our Age Federation deck in this lovely Card Game Festival 2025 Tokyo deck box that I got last year for attending the event, and I'll actually be there again this year. So if you are, for whatever reason, in Tokyo, Japan at Card Game Festival and you see me, yeah, come say hi. But we're going to open this up and talk about the deck in just a second after a quick word from today's sponsor. Of course, it is me. Well, we have the official Red Zone Rogue merch store. We have these playmats available over there, but I wanted to specifically note that we have a fourth playmat featuring our fourth character coming very shortly. The artist Pinakes actually gave me some of the rough sketches just the other night, and they look so good. It's not anything that I expected, and they look amazing. I cannot wait for them, cannot wait to show them off. And I'm going to do a whole video showcasing them, telling you when they're available. We're going to be doing, obviously, playmats, but also sleeves of the new stuff. We do have playmats for our current stuff, and we do have a restock of the sleeves as well. And alongside the new playmat, we're going to be restocking the Codename Villain playmat, which recently sold out. And also, in the video when we're going to be announcing all of that stuff, we're going to be giving away something really cool. We're going to be giving away one of these Chinese New Year Gundam card game promos. Now this one is completely unopened. I bought two of these. I bought one specifically for myself and one specifically for someone here on the channel. So we're going to give this away on the video where we announce the new playmat. So there's that. I'm not sure how we're going to give this away, but I'll think of something. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and check out our Gundam Age deck. Now, I think, or I should say Age Federation deck. Now, a couple really cool things about this deck. As I mentioned at the top of the video, it's a very board-centric deck. But I should also mention, it is one of the most linkable decks I've ever done. There are so many links, generic links and pilot links in this deck. I mean, each pilot has like 12 plus things that it can link with, up to way more than that. So it's really cool. You have a lot of possibility with the deck. As always, I like to show off our resource deck. For this one, or I guess I should say, yeah, I guess resource and tokens. So obviously I use one of our custom Red Zone Rogue tokens for the EX base for this one. And we have our custom Red Zone Rogue sleeves. Both of these, once again, are available on the merch store, redzonerogue.com. We're actually rocking 3 EX resources here because you're going to need a couple more EX resources. Remember, in the Gundam card game, you can have up to 5 out at a time, so maybe I should add 2 more into this. I haven't found that I needed more than 3, but yeah, maybe up to 5. And then, of course, we have our resources. For this deck, I'm just rocking the classic foil resources. These are the Japanese beta versions. And then we will need a handful of tokens that we'll talk about as well. So we'll put the tokens to the side. And I always like to just kind of like, I don't know, to showcase this stuff. Because, like, you know, you put the effort into it. You gotta showcase it a little bit at least. This is one of my favorite parts about trading card games, like how you personalize your own deck. And when I see one of my friends' decks, I was like seeing like, hey, how they did that kind of stuff. So anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and actually finally jump into the deck. So if this is the first time you've been watching one of my Gundam card game videos, I'd like to break down our deck techs in pilot piles, because I really feel that pilots are the foundation of any Gundam card game deck. Now this deck runs a ton of pilots. In fact, we run mostly pilots and units, and then like very little anything else. We'll talk about the little anything else at the end, but first let's talk about the pilots. So these are units, and then here are pilots. Now we're running a full 12 pilots. 4 of each of these pilots. But I think this is like not too bad. I don't think we run into the situation where we just have pilots in our hand, because we have so many link potential cards in the deck that I'm always linking a pilot. And that's kind of what I want to do every turn. I want to like play something, link it up, and smash in, get some value. So let's talk about the pilots. So we have the 2 Asano homies, and then we have Lane Aim. They're all Earth Federation, which is really relevant. We have a ton of Earth Federation links. And then we'll talk about Flit first. So Flit is a level 3, 1 cost, 1/1. They all have the same burst add to hand effect. Flit is Earth Federation, Asano family, and X Rounder. So Earth Fed and Asano family, both really relevant. +1/+1. And then when linked, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can reveal a green Earth Federation unit card or a card with Age Device in its name from among them. Add it to your hand, return the remaining on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So this is pretty good. We have a decent chance to hit. We don't run a ton of hits in this deck, but we have enough, right? We are running stuff like the Gundam Age Normal. We have G Bouncer, which is one of our kind of ways to close out the game. Age 1 Normal, and then Age 1 Normal Common. So we have some hits in the deck, and just getting anything off of this is good. If you don't get anything off on this, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely nice to get something off of this. So we're running a full 4 of Flit Asano. And they're also running Asamu Asano. This one is just kind of like a big beater. He's a level 4, 1 cost, 2/1. However, during Link, it gets if it's an Age System unit, it gets an additional +1 AP and also Breach 1. So it becomes a 3/1 with Breach 1, which is actually really good. Having Breach 1 after you've already dealt with our opponent's base, kind of to chip at their life, is really good. And this is one of the ways we kind of like pressure our opponent while also controlling the board, and just kind of like try to get to that inevitability. One of the big weaknesses of this deck is we don't have any double damage dealers, like we don't have suppression or any double attackers. So we really want to get there through Breach and high maneuver. And so that's kind of what the goal of the game is, while maintaining board control. So running 4 copies of Asamu. Also, he is Earth Fed and Asano family, both extremely relevant. And then finally, we have Lane Aim. Lane Aim is a level 4, 1 cost, 2/1, burst add to hand. And then when you draw with an effect, if this is a blue unit, it gains high maneuver during this turn. And so we basically want to draw while we have Lane Aim paired up with a blue unit. And we have obviously we have a handful of blue units. It's pretty split between green and blue. The unit of choice is his signature Penelope, but we have other blue units as well, especially ones that can link up. So we can do some just high maneuver burst out of nowhere, just with this and some other draw stuff. So yeah, Lane Aim is great, and one of the other finishers of our deck. As you can see, we have 1 pilot that's kind of a value type card, and then we have 2 that help us close out the game, which is what we want to do. And once again, we just don't be greedy with these. Jam this onto stuff. We have so many pilots, so many units. You just want to link up and jam like every turn. All right, so let's talk about the units, and I kind of like to sort these by their pilots. It's going to get a little messy here because we don't have a lot of specific pilot stuff. A lot of it is actually generic, but we do have a few specific ones. So let's talk about one of the big headliners of the deck, the Gundam Age 2 Normal. This is a level 5, 4 cost, 4/4, links with Asamu. It's Earth Fed and Age System, and then during any pair, enemy units choose this rested unit as the attack target if possible while attacking. I like to call this effect Super Blocker. So while this thing is rested, all your opponent's crap has to attack into it first, which is really good. Protects you quite a bit. And then when you link it, you get an EX resource, which is also really relevant. Not just for getting that extra resource to keep playing stuff, but it's really relevant for something like the G Bouncer, which says, when you place an EX resource, choose one of our Age System units, like this one here, and it gains high maneuver during this turn. So we have multiple ways to gain high maneuver in the deck. Like I said, Breach and high maneuver are kind of how we close out the game. And the G-Bouncer itself is a level 4, 3 cost, 4/3, and it's an Earth Federation unit, so green Earth Federation unit, which is really, really good. And it also has a link with any Earth Fed trait, so it links with any of our pilots, so actually extremely good. So we have the Age 2 normal that goes with Osamu here. Now we have the Penelope. This is Lane Aim's signature suit. Level 7/6 costs 5/5, and it says during pair on attack once per turn, if this unit is attacking the enemy player, reveal one Earth Federation card from your hand. They're all Earth Federation, and then it just says Earth Federation unit card specifically, so you can't do the pilot. But I mean, literally all of our stuff is Earth Fed. So reveal any of our units from our hand. Then it says return to the bottom of the deck. If you do, draw 2 cards. That's insanely good. So in the late game, if you have some of these like little chunguses, like the Age 1, or if you have like Rezel, or even our Loto here, you just bottom it and draw 2 cards, and then it'll also trigger Lane Aim's effect to give himself unblockable, like a high maneuver. Once again, crazy value, great ways to close out the game. So we're running 4 copies of the Penelope here. Next, we have the G-Bouncer. We already talked about this, but yeah, this is great. Just general Earth-Fed link. We have a bunch of general Earth-Fed links, like the Delta Plus. Level 4, 3 costs 4/3. It's Earth Federation. It's blue. It links with any Earth Federation trait, so all of our pilots. It also has Repair 1, and then during link, it gets additional HP. So it's basically like a 4/4 that has Repair 1. So it's just a nice way to just jam in, trade with the board. You know, you can get the high maneuver with Lane Aim if you have another way to draw. Running 4 copies of the Delta Plus. Now we have the Gundam Age 1 normal. So this is a level 3, 2 cost 2/2. This one links with any Asano family trait. So it actually links with both Asamu and Flit. And it says, on deploy, you can discard a green Earth Federation unit card. If we do, we get an EX resource. Then if we have level 7 or higher, we draw a card. So doing this on 6, going up to level 7 and then drawing the card is really, really good. And once again, discarding one of these other like low cost, low value green Earth Fed cards is a great way to just get that extra resource. Maybe trigger the G-Bouncer so we can get the high maneuver. And yeah, good stuff. So we are running 3 copies of this as well. Don't forget to run this. Don't feel bad of just running this out if you need to run it out, by the way. So yeah, this one is an Osamu family trait link. Then we have the Gundam Age 1 normal. Pretty simple card. It's a level 3, 2 cost 3/3. More importantly, it is an Earth Federation Age System green unit. Links with Asano family trait, so all of our Asano boys here. So it's another one. I'll just kind of set it here that links with all of these guys. Now we have, I think, the only unit that doesn't have a link in the entire deck. This is the Rezel. It's a level 3, 2 cost 4/3 Earth Federation. It's a blue Earth Federation, so if you actually have Lane Aim paired up with it and you draw a card, you could still get high maneuver. But just because that it's just a generic kind of dude, we're just running 3 copies. But it's just a big beater and has Earth Fed. I'll kind of set this off to the side because it doesn't actually link. This is the only one that doesn't link. And then finally we have the Loto, and I run this in the deck specifically because it has a link. I was considering running other blue Earth Federation stuff like Gun Tank, for example, that were level 2. We also had Gem, but I really like the Loto because it is like a Gem, but better in our deck. So it's a level 2, 2 cost 2/2 Earth Federation. It's blue, but it links with Earth Federation. So all 12 of our pilots, which is so good. So in a late game situation, when you're like top decking and you say you top deck a Gem, you're screwed. The Gem doesn't do anything. You play it, doesn't do anything. The Loto at least can do something because you can play this, and if you have any of our pilots, we can link immediately. And sometimes we can get value, right? Sometimes we can draw a card off a Flit. Osamu is a little tricky because it needs to be an Age System unit to get that additional +1 and Breach, but you still get the +2, +2/+1 and the ability to attack immediately. So yeah, I like this as an early game card, and it's not the worst end game card either. I like to think about and evaluate cards at every stage of the game. Like, is this good if I draw this on turn 6, right? And I need something. If I have a pilot and draw this on turn 6, yeah, it's better than like a Gem. And early game, it's about as good as a Gem because we're not running any other like 1-drops. So just playing this on turn 2 is the same thing as playing a Gem, unless you had like 2 Gems, for example. So yeah, that's great. And so that rounds out the deck. So we have a full 12 units that have just a generic Earth Federation link. We have an additional 8 units that have the Asano family trait. So that gives you 8 and addition, or 12 and additional 8. So that is 20 that can link with either of our Asunos. And then an additional 4 that can link with Asumu. So we have 24 link potential cards with Asumu. And then for lane aim, we have the 12 plus the 4 Penelope. So once again, crazy amount of link potential in this deck. Ideally, you want to be playing something, linking it up like almost every turn if you can. That's kind of the idea. We just try to get there with like tempo and value and like board control and close out the game with stuff like our high maneuver as well as the breach. So that's kind of our overall game plan. Like I said, this deck rewards players who are really good at fundamentals, good at evaluating board control, good at knowing when to swap from aggressive play to more defensive play. It's not the best deck in the world. It can definitely use some help, but I think it's actually playable now. I think it's playable. So let's talk about the last 2 cards in the deck, or last 3 cards, I suppose. We have, this is a Show of Resolve. It's a Japanese version. Obviously, you're not allowed to play with Japanese versions in official events, but I like the beta art on this one, so I'm running my beta copies that are in Japanese. My other beta copies are in different decks. But yeah, this is just, if you didn't know, it's a level 4/3 cost command that's on main. You draw 2 cards. This is great for us because we just want to be spewing out dudes as much as we can. So having the extra card draw is good. And it also works really well with lane aim. In fact, this is a card that you might actually even want to bump up to a 4th copy, which is crazy. Most people have not run 4 copies since the beta days. But just because of lane aim and getting that high maneuver if you draw a card while he's paired with a blue card, a blue unit, is just super good. And a card you could take out, you might be able to take out like a Flit Asano or something like that. So very good. Extremely good in this kind of deck. I really feel you need this kind of stuff. And the last 2 cards, we have Corsica Base. Super simple base that everyone runs for blue decks for the most part. It's a level 3/3 cost, 0/5 base. Burst deploy, shield to hand. Then if it's our turn, we get to make a 4/2 Tallgeese token if there's no other Corsica bases in our trash. And if there is a Corsica base in our trash, spoilers, there will not be. But if there is, we get 2 Leos, 2 1/1 Leos. And that's because I run a single copy of Corsica Base just to get the Tallgeese, right? So we just have 1 Corsica Base, and every time we play it from our hand, we'll get the Tallgeese, which is pretty cool. So we have guaranteed like 4/2 off of the Corsica Base. And then the other 3 bases are actually an old beta favorite of mine. We have the White Base. In fact, I'm running my beta copies of White Base, English this time. White Base, if you didn't know, super awesome base, really good like grindy board control base. It's a level 3/2 cost 0/5 base. Burst, deploy the card, deploy shield to hand, and then it says activate main once per turn, so you can pay 2 resources, and then you get a 3/3 Gundam token if you have no other tokens. If you have 1 other token in play, you get the 2/2 gun cannon. And if you have 2 or more tokens in play, you get a 1/1 gun tank. So the first time you activate this, you'll get a Gundam. And if your Gundam's still around, you'll get a gun tank. And if these are both still around, you'll get a gun tank. Or gun cannon, then you'll get a gun tank. And then you'll get a gun tank. Obviously, I'm also running you can tell by the color of the attack and defense here, I am running my beta versions of these. But yeah, this is cool. It just generates a ton of value. You just get an extra dude every single turn. So I really like the White Base, and I like it in decks like this. So I think this is one that I'll be playing with a lot more going into the future because it has Earth Federation type line, so and White Base type line. So yeah, this is the deck. It's pretty simple, just because you just play dudes and then you attack. You have a couple tricky things, like you have your Gundam H2 normal, so you can strategically attack with this. With your Asano, it'll be smashing in for 7. You get the extra EX resource. Maybe you trigger the G bouncer to give something high maneuver. You probably don't want to give this one high maneuver because it'll have breach. So you give something else high maneuver, smash in, destroy their base or whatever, and then you can Asumu into like a smaller unit, kill it, and then trigger the breach, and then everything else will have to attack this on the next turn. Like I said, is this the best deck in the game? No. But is it playable and fun? Yeah. Is it like really, really affordable to build? Oh yes, it is really cheap. So it costs like barely anything to build this deck. I didn't look up the exact prices, but I'm gonna guess less than 40 bucks. So if you want to, I think the most expensive card might be the Corsica, the one of Corsica base actually might be the most expensive card. which is kind of crazy. So let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Let me know what deck you'd like to have me feature next. I'm thinking either a meta deck, like my own version of the blue-purple Barbatos. Mine's more mid-range than in the normal aggro version. Or would you like me to do another off-meta deck, like Zaft or... I mean, whatever. Let me know in the comment section down below. I really appreciate you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, of course, and hype the video so more people can see all the awesome Gundam stuff, especially these cool off-meta decks that no one's really playing or talking about, because I think there's a ton of fun to be had in the Gundam card game that's outside of the meta. Are you going to bring this and win some like top tier regional event? No, but can you bring this and play with your friends at locals? Yes, I think it's fun. And I would encourage you to encourage them to also bring like an off meta deck and just have like an off meta day or something like that. I don't know. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. I don't know about you. So thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, we'll see you next time.